SCP-069. Object Class: Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-069 is currently impersonating former Foundation Agent Redacted. It's housed at Humanoid Containment Site -06-3. SCP-068, this has been scratched out. SCP-068 is to be pried with any reasonable requested item and/or material so as long as the request does not violate Foundation security protocols. As SCP-068 is currently on suicide watch, all requests must be approved with no fewer than 2 Level 3 personnel. If SCP-069 attempts to breach containment, it must be subdued using non-lethal methods. If SCP-069 dies, undercover agents are to be instructed to monitor reports of incidents in which individuals appear to have escaped certain death. SCP-069 is to be recontained as soon as possible. Note, despite the fact that SCP-069 is identical to all ways to Agent Redacted, it remains an active SCP in containment, and is not to be treated as a Foundation employee. Any requests for classified information are to be denied, and visits from former coworkers without proper authorizations are not allowed. Description: SCP-069 is presumed humanoid entity of variable appearance and gender, though an unknown ability. Whenever SCP-069 is left alone with a recently deceased human body, the body will disappear and SCP-069 will take on the appearance, mannerism, and knowledge of the recently dead individual. Through extensive experimentation, it has been shown that SCP-069 is completely indistinguishable from the individual it impersonates, matching the original individual's fingerprints, DNA, and data expunged with nearly perfect precision. SCP-069 retains no knowledge of its ability or former impersonations. SCP-069 responds normally to injury or pain, and if killed, will rapidly decay into dust regardless of any preservation attempts. SCP-069 will then re-emerge from the site of the most recent human death. There is no known maximum range to this effect, but so far has been observed in jumps of up to 675 kilometers. SCP-069 can impersonate a single individual indefinitely, however it will gain an override urge to get their life in order, including not limited to resolving any outstanding financial or personal obligations, visiting extended family, updating their will and testament, and other acts of closure. When questioned, SCP-069 professes no driving motivation other than the desire to straighten out their lives in the event of the unforeseen injury or death. SCP-069 first came to the Foundation's attention on redacted date 1990, following reports of one John M., a redacted city firefighter who miraculously emerged alive from a 3-alarm building fire in which 2 other firefighters and 11 civilians perished. Undercover agents attached to the local authorities were notified of the possible SCP, and then reports emerged that the firefighter's equipment had been damaged beyond recognition, and that it had been deemed nearly impossible for the firefighter to emerge unscathed. Approximately 3 weeks later, then presumed John M. responded to another large-scale building fire, during which the entered smoke-filled room alone was never found. A single civilian was rescued from the building, again nearly unharmed, despite the heavy smoke reported within the building. SCP-069 was designated the following day and rendered the Foundation custody by a member of Mobile Task Force XI-3. Body Snatchers. Addendum 1. On redacted date 2000, Agent Redacted, a guard on duty assigned to SCP-069, was killed during the containment breach of SCP-Redacted and subsequently impersonated by SCP-069. Although initially in denial after being informed of its identity, it has been mostly cooperative since its impersonation of a mid-level Foundation employee. Contingencies of the use of deceased Foundation employees for future. Addendum 2. On redacted date 2000, SCP-069 attempted to commit suicide after a junior researcher accidentally informed it that the family of Agent Redacted had been told that Agent Redacted was dead, and of their subsequent reactions due to the mass cost of possibly having to recontain SCP-069. Strict suicide watch measures are to be implemented. Plans to use other deceased Foundation employees as possible impersonation targets for SCP-069 has been suspended.